Okay guys, 10 things to do in Singapore that's not gonna break the bank. Now if money's no object, Sentosa. You could be there for days. But if you're looking for the real Singapore, the more traditional stuff, and things that's not crazy expensive, here's a list of 10 amazing things to do that's not gonna break the bank. Bear in mind, Singapore is probably the most expensive place in Southeast Asia. I'd say that's pretty much a guarantee actually. Okay, in no particular order. Number 1, Clarky. Clarky is a good place to visit daytime or nighttime. It's waterfront, right on the river, right on the Singapore River. Lots of restaurants, bars, nightlife. Good place for people watching, just sit and relax. It's a very cool place. Some really good microbrew bars there as well. Probably the best beer I ever drank was in Clarky actually. The beer is expensive though. Okay, number 2, the riverboat tours. You can do a riverboat tour. They're about 40 minutes long and goes to multiple points around the bay, around Marina Bay and up the Singapore River. You can get on anywhere, and you get off when they finish the circle, or you can get on and off. You know, if you want to go explore a certain area, you get off there, you meet them back there in the next tour, show your ticket, and you can get back on. Lots of boats, they come and go all the time. It's a very good setup, a very good way to see the scenery around the bay. And at night, they do a light show at Marina Bay Sands. It's very cool. And the lights from the business district, it's even more cool for me. All the big buildings lit up. It's beautiful. It really is. I did both day and night. Enjoyed both of them. Number 3, Singapore Flyer. The flyer is cool. I think it takes about 45 minutes to go around. I did it in the daytime. It was a little overcast. I think at night, on a clear night, it would be amazing. But even daytime, you see a long ways. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Number 4, Singapore Tour Bus. They have these double-decker buses that drive all around the city. You can get a pass that's good for 24 hours, maybe longer, I don't know. The one I had was good for 24 hours. You can get on and off whenever you want. First time I took it, I did the entire loop, and then after that made my plans of where I'm going to go. Like stops like a regular bus. Stop at all the bus stops. Very cool, cheap way to get around the city, and you get to see a lot too, especially from the top deck. The bottom part is air conditioned. So after I did my first tour, I went downstairs and enjoyed the air conditioning. Okay, number 5, Chinatown. Chinatown shopping is probably the cheapest place in Singapore to buy anything, especially if you're looking for knick-knack things, touristy stuff. T-shirt that says I went to Singapore, you know, things like that. This is at night. Lots of places. Very cool market. Very cool market. Number 6, Chinatown for food. Yeah, I got Chinatown for shopping, but for food, maybe they can go together. The street food there, excellent. The restaurants all up and down the street, very good. Probably the best food I ate in Singapore. Definitely the most reasonably priced restaurant food was in Chinatown. Highly recommended. But it's very busy, especially if you're going to get street food. It's very busy. Expect long lines. But you know, if it's busy, that's a good sign that it's actually good. Number 7, duck boat tours. They got these duck boats, or they call them duck boats. They're cars that go in the water. They're from the Vietnam War. It's very cool. You get a tour of the city, and then you go into the Marina Bay, and comes with a guide. Gives you lots of information. The guide we had was really good. It was well worth the trip and very cool. Who else going to drive their car into the river? That was cool. Number 8, Little India. Little India is like Chinatown, it's a very old part of Singapore. Kind of the original Chinatown and Little India. Little India is more, well, it's Indian food, Indian restaurants. It's good shopping for computer stuff, things like that. Lots of hawker stalls, and worth a trip. It's a little out of the way compared to Chinatown and downtown area though. Number 9, the hawker stalls, or the street food. Singapore's taken their street food and moved it inside. Basically what it is a whole bunch of little restaurants with a bunch of tables in the middle. Excellent idea if you want to get cheap food or sample a bunch of different foods. It's a great place to do it. You can go in there and, you know, most things are like $5 or something like that. Not expensive at all. Food's delicious. Selection of whatever, you know, if you want Malaysian food, you want Singapore food, you want Western food, it's all there. It's cheap, easy to find, delicious food. Especially when you compare it to the restaurants, which are very expensive normally for food. The hawker centers, cheap food, even cheap beer. Number 10, the GMAX reverse bungee. This is located in Clarky, right at the end of Clarky. They strap you in a chair. It's like a bungee jump, but instead of dropping off of a bridge or a cliff or something, they shoot you up in the air. It's really cool. People are screaming there all the time. It is cool. So that's the 10. Like I say, in no particular order. That's just the tip of the iceberg of things to do in Singapore. There's so much packed into that little country. The one thing I wish I had done, I just didn't have time for, was the botanical gardens. From everything I read about it, it's beautiful. If I ever find myself in Singapore again, got a few free hours in the morning especially, I'm going to the botanical gardens. Okay guys, I hope this gives you some idea of things you can do when you're there. Like I say, Singapore is not the cheapest place, but if you know what you're doing, you won't break the bank. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching.